This boy disarmed another student that came to school with a gun, and yet he's the one that got expelled. This is 11-year-old Sakir Everett of Michigan. Sakir attended Dwight Rich School of the Arts, and one day while at school, he spotted another student who had come with a firearm. Instead of him being scared and trying to run away, he sprang into action. He went over to the other student, he disarmed the weapon, he removed the bullets, and he did all of this in an act of bravery that might have averted a mass shooting. Unfortunately, though, do you want to know the outcome? Sakir was expelled for the rest of the school year. That reasoning was because he did not immediately report the incident to staff. Parents and even Sakir's own mother are absolutely astonished at the outcome of this. They say that he is being treated like a criminal himself instead of a hero. His own mother says that he's never even been in trouble before. He was just trying to protect his classmates. He didn't want to implicate himself, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm because he knows that firearms weren't supposed to be in school. Now, according to his mother, Sakir is an A-B student who's, again, never been in trouble. He had knowledge to do this with a firearm because of his hunting background. And since he's been expelled, his mother has had to reduce her work hours so that she can school him at home through online schooling. Now that you guys have heard the story, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments.
A child potentially saved lives, and yet he's the one who ends up facing punishment. Okay, so this story is blowing up online. An 11-year-old student in Michigan was expelled after disarming and taking apart a loaded gun that a classmate brought to school. Now, think about that for a second. A child potentially saved lives, and yet he's the one who ends up facing punishment. Does that happen?
That is crazy. He literally could have stopped a school shooting.
This
is
what
been plenty of that, and now he is sitting up here and he has to.
He literally took the gun, dismantled it, made sure that it could not be used at all, and he's being punished.
What color is his skin?
Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished for disarming and dismantling a gun that another student brought to the Dwight Rich School of the Arts back in May, and for not speaking up about it right away.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm.
He was able to disarm and disassemble the gun because of his hunting background. McClurkin says in the moment, her son was scared and thought he was helping the other students around him.
It's devastating because he's a bright kid. And all he wants to do is be a kid.
At Thursday night's board meeting, the Lansing School District declined to comment on the issue, even after McClurkin took the stand during public comment.
A Lansing parent is doing everything she can to get her son back in school after he was expelled for doing something she believes was heroic. Good evening, I'm Ann Emmerich. Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished after disarming a classmate's gun at Dwight Rich School of the Arts. He took the gun apart and threw away the bullets, but didn't tell an adult until later. News 10's Amaya Kuznicki joins us live with what's next for this student.
And McClurkin says she's been trying to get in contact with the Lansing School District for quite some time, but isn't getting any response. In search for answers, she made an appearance at tonight's meeting of the Lansing School Board, asking them face-to-face why her son can't return to school.
What am I to do? He's 11 years old, 7th grade, never been in trouble before.
A Lansing mom is pleading for her son to be reinstated in school after she says he was expelled for possession of a weapon.
They kicked him out of school for the whole year. Online schools are honoring their decision, nor did they provide us a different resource or a different avenue to go.
Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished for disarming and dismantling a gun that another student brought to the Dwight Rich School of the Arts back in May, and for not speaking up about it right away.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm. Because he knows firearms aren't supposed to be in school.
He was able to disarm and disassemble the gun because of his hunting background. McClurkin says in the moment, her son was scared and thought he was helping the other students around him.
It's devastating because he's a bright kid, and all he wants to do is be a kid. And as a parent, I feel like I may be more devastated than him.
At Thursday night's board meeting, the Lansing School District declined to comment on the issue, even after McClurkin took the stand during public comment.
They are setting my child up for failure. They're setting him up to be a statistic. And I've been doing everything in my will and my power to keep him from that. After 180 days, they may or may not reinstate him. So then what?
Right now, McClurkin says her son has been doing online school, but it's not an accredited program. It's meant to help him stay on track while he's at home. Ann, back to you.
All right, Amaya, thank you. To prevent something like this from happening again, the district installed metal detectors and uses handheld wands on all students as they enter Dwight Rich. Here's a time lapse.
In a world where school safety has become a constant concern, one brave 11-year-old boy chose courage over fear. Instead of running when danger comes close, he stepped forward, dismantled a classmate's gun, and saved his school. But in a shocking twist, instead of being celebrated as hero, he was expelled. Tonight, we uncover this extraordinary story. Credit goes to the stitches of the video that helped bring this story together.
An 11-year-old boy from Michigan was expelled from school for a whole year because his classmate brought a gun to school. The 11-year-old boy knows that having a gun is dangerous, especially in school. So he took the gun from his classmate, then he used his hunting knowledge to disassemble the gun, and then he threw the bullets away.
McClurkin says her son is being punished for disarming and dismantling a gun that another student brought to the Dwight Rich School of the Arts back in May, and for not speaking up about it right away.
The school believes that he brought the gun to school because they found it on him. That's why they expelled him. His mom said that her son didn't want to tell on his classmate, and he didn't want to implicate himself, so that's why he didn't say nothing to the teachers at first.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm.
His mom said that instead of her son being treated like a hero, he's instead being punished like a criminal.
They're setting him up to be a statistic. And I've been doing everything in my will and my power to keep him from that. After 180 days, they may or may not reinstate him. So then what?
A family friend launched a GoFundMe for the son and his mom because now he has to be homeschooled and his mom has to take off of work to homeschool her son. The school said that it was a difficult decision, but they had to do what they had to do to make sure that they had a safe environment for all the students. With that being said, moving forward, the school district made sure that all the schools have metal detectors and they have the metal wands. I'm kind of conflicted because I get where the school coming from. They found a gun on him. No matter what he say, they found a gun on him, so they gonna expel you. You feel me? It's just like if you was outside in the streets and it's your man's gun, but the gun is on you and you get caught with the gun, the police gonna lock you up. No matter what you say, you can say it's your man's gun, but they found it on you. So I think that's what they trying to do. They trying to set an example. But him and his mom is trying to fight through that and say like, nah, like the classmate did it. But they not trying to snitch on the classmate to say exactly which classmate that is. But what y'all think?
The story begins in a regular classroom. An 11-year-old boy noticed something unusual. One of the classmates had smuggled a firearm into school. While many children would have panicked and ran, he kept calm. He carefully approached, quietly dismantled the weapon, and in that moment prevent what could have been a tragedy. His braveness saved his classmates, his teacher, and possibly even his entire school. For a brief moment, he was the silent guidance nobody expected. But what came next shocked everyone. Instead of being honored, he was punished. The school administrator expelled him, not for carrying the gun, but because he kept the issue to himself. Immediately after what he has seen, in their eyes, his silence make him guilt. Parents, community members, and even some law experts began asking, Should a child be punished for saving his life? Or should he be celebrated as the hero he truly is? This decision has sparked a big debate about zero tolerance policy, about whether school prioritize rules over humanity, and about how young people who act in moment of crisis should be treated.
So let me get this straight. An 11-year-old student was expelled for disarming a classmate and potentially preventing a school shooting. Here's what went down. An 11-year-old student named Secure Everett was expelled for disarming a classmate who brought a gun to school. And the reasoning? Because the school says it must enforce the district's weapons policy. Now, this incident occurred in May at Dwight Rich School of the Arts. And according to Secure's mom, her son saw a student with a firearm. And using the knowledge he gained from hunting, he took the gun, disassembled it, and disposed of the bullets to ensure that it was safe. The mother, Savitra McKirkland, describes her son's actions as courageous and compassionate, saying he was motivated because he wanted to protect his classmates. Now, this student acted and prevented a potential tragedy, and now he's being punished for it. However, when school officials discovered the 11-year-old had handled the weapon, they applied the school's policy on weapons possession to him, even though he didn't bring the gun to school. The Lansing School District expelled him for 1 year. School officials stated that expelling Secure was a difficult decision, but a necessary one. They explained that Michigan law provides clear direction for incidents involving weapons on school property. And after an investigation that included reviewing statements and video evidence, the district felt it had no alternative but to expel the student to uphold safety standards for everyone. All of this despite the student preventing what could have been a tragic event. Now, Secure's family is now facing significant challenges. Because of the expulsion, he is now enrolled in a non-accredited online program. His mother has had to reduce her work hours to help him with his homeschooling, which has created even more of a financial strain. Secure has no prior disciplinary issues and did the right thing, and he should not be expelled for it.
And one 1-year-old boy disarmed a classmate who brought a gun to school, and instead of being praised as a hero, he's the one who got expelled. His name is Secure Everett from Dwight Rich School of the Arts in Michigan. One day, during class, Secure noticed another student had a firearm. Now, most kids would have panicked, maybe ran, but not him. He acted fast. He confronted the student, disarmed the weapon, took out the bullets, and in that moment, he may have prevented a mass tragedy. But here's the part that makes no sense. The school expelled him for the rest of the year. And the reason? Because he didn't immediately report it to staff. Parents and even his own mother are shocked. They say he's being treated like a criminal instead of the hero he truly is. His mom says Secure has never been in trouble before. He's an AB student. He hunts with his family. So he knew how to safely handle a gun. He wasn't trying to cover for the other kid. He just wanted to protect his classmates and avoid making the situation worse. Now, because of this expulsion, his mom has had to cut back her work hours just to homeschool him online. All because her son stepped up and did what no adult was there to do. So now I gotta ask you, what do you think about this? Was the school right to punish him, or did they fail a hero? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
What am I to do? He's 11 years old. 7th grade. Never been in trouble before.
A Lansing mom is pleading for her son to be reinstated in school after she says he was expelled for possession of a weapon.
They kicked him out of school for the whole year. Online schools are honoring their decision, nor did they provide us a different resource or a different avenue to go.
Savitra McClurkin says her son is being punished for disarming and dismantling a gun that another student brought to the Dwight Rich School of the Arts back in May, and for not speaking up about it right away.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm. Because he knows firearms aren't supposed to be in school.
He was able to disarm and disassemble the gun because of his hunting background. McClurkin says in the moment, her son was scared and thought he was helping the other students around him.
It's devastating because he's a bright kid, and all he wants to do is be a kid. And as a parent, I feel like I may be more devastated than him.
At Thursday night's board meeting, the Lansing School District declined to comment on the issue, even after McClurkin took the stand during public comment.
They are setting my child up for failure. They're setting him up to be a statistic. And I've been doing everything in my will and my power to keep him from that. After 180 days, they may or may not reinstate him. So then what?
You said hateful, sad case of some people. Let me get this straight. Maybe I'm tripping. You can't be serious. You expelled an 11-year-old child for disarming. Yes, I said it. Inside of school. Disarming. A classmate with a pew-pew? I'm gonna get the school name right. The White Ridge School of Arts. Oh, you better be damn sure I ain't letting this go. Lansing, Michigan? You really expelled an 11-year-old child for disarming somebody who had a firearm in school. You treated him like a criminal? You expelled him, but not the one that might have unalived everybody in that school. So you are telling me that you wanted a mass shooting? You telling me you wanted kids to be unalived? Oh, hell no. White Ridge School of Arts in Lansing, Michigan? Y'all gonna have to answer for this one. The hero in this story is Shakir. 7th grader, just 11 years old. He saw a kid in school with a loaded fire. This kid didn't run, didn't hide like everybody else would do. Just like the teachers would have did in this situation. He used what he learned from hunting with his family. You won't believe what this man did. He disarmed the firearm, removed all the bullets from another kid who was coming to the school to do God knows what, or you know exactly what he came to do. He prevented a tragedy from happening. Now, if it was me, I would have celebrated him in the entire city of Michigan. I would have made sure every single news coverage knew that this kid saved the entire school. But what did the school do? They expelled this 11-year-old boy for a year. Not a week, not a couple of days so they could figure out what's going on. They expelled him for a year. So everybody told them what happened and how he saved their life. They expelled him because he didn't tell the teacher first. Now, you and I know, just like everybody knows, as soon as the teacher or anybody hears about a firearm, they never go to go save the kids. The first thing they do is evacuate. And whoever gets hit, gets hit. That's what these schools do. Don't even call the parents in them situations. Telling me this kid was supposed to wait until shots start letting off when he knew exactly what to do. He wasn't scared to do what a teacher wouldn't have done. Telling me the correct thing for that child to do. I mean, he put his life in harm's way to save his classmates. Now, you and I know that teacher wouldn't have did that. Policy is to tell the teacher. That 11-year-old boy could have walked off, and the shooter could have let off shots in that entire classroom. You want him to tell the teacher? I am telling you right now. Parents, please listen to this message. Please share this message. These schools do not want to protect our kids. They want things like this to happen. They want to control the narrative. We cannot let that happen to this 11-year-old boy. But I'm going to tell you what that school just did. That school just silenced the entire generation that doing the right thing is never the right thing unless they see fit.
As we reflect on this case, one thing is clear. This boy's action prevented potential disaster. He chose to act when others froze, showing courage far beyond his years. But his punishment raised troubled questions. Should an 11-year-old be held to the same rigid standard as an adult? Should policy outweigh compassion, context, and common sense? This story focuses us to look deeply at how schools handle discipline. Too often, rules are applied without understanding. Too often, children who need guidance and support are met with punishment. And too often, brave is overshadowed by bureaucracy. What message are we sending to our children if saving life can still lead to expulsion? Are we treating them to do what is right or to stay silent out of fear of being punished? Parents, teachers, and school leaders must come together. We must build safer school, but also fairer one, where courage is recognized, where children are guided with wisdom, and where the difference between right and wrong is judged with compassion. This young boy's story is not just about a gun or about punishment. It's about the kind of value we passed on the next generation. Do we raise them to be brave? Do we support them when they make mistakes? Or do we silence them with rules that forgot the human heart being behind the action? I leave you to this. Hero does always wear caps. Sometimes they are 11 years old, sitting quiet in a classroom, making a choice that saves lives. And when they do, we should lift them up nor cast them aside. Credit goes to the stitches of the video that brought this to light. And to you, my viewers, what do you think? Was the school right? Did they fail this child? Let me know in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and continue this conversation because together we can push for safer school, better policy, and a better future for every child. Thanks.